I often drive for days at a time. It's my job. I usually sleep right in the car. But now I choose my overnight spots more carefully. That time I was already on my way home. It was only a few hours away when it got really dark and it started to rain. The road was dark and went all the way through the woods. No towns, not even gas stations. Around 1 o'clock in the morning, I realized that I felt sleepy. I was afraid that I would fall asleep at the wheel, so I looked for a place to pull off the road and rest. Pretty soon I noticed an exit, then a platform, and even farther, a large, very old-looking gate. I figured I wouldn't be bothering anyone here until morning. I parked on the edge of the lot, spread out the back seats, crawled under the blanket, and safely fell asleep. I was roused from my sleep by panic, an acute sense of dread. The car was rocking and shaking, and I could hear laughter, stomping and indistinct conversations outside, as if a lot of people had gathered around. No, not even that, children. The voices were children's voices. It was very cold in the car, my hands and feet were stiff even under the blanket. The glass on the windows was fogged up. And behind the windows there was blackness, darkness. Is it still night? If it's kids, then we should go outside and disperse them before they do something bad, I thought, but I realized that it was a very bad idea. If anywhere is safe, it is in a car that is locked from the inside. And then came the smell of burning. At first barely perceptible, and then thicker and stronger, as if something was burning right next to me. I didn't think any further. I put the keys in the ignition, started the engine, turned on the headlights. I wiped off the windows with my sleeve, and then I saw them, the children. They were tightly surrounding the car, yanking the door handles, trying to get inside. Dirty, and some with terrible sores. Or burns. After a closer look, I finally panicked, pressed the horn, and drove like that, without letting it go, took the highway and raced, faster and faster, until the traffic police post appeared ahead. At first the officer thought I was drunk. But then he listened, and even invited me into his booth, poured coffee and offered me a rest. He asked where exactly I was staying, to spend the night. When I described the place, he got gloomy, and told me that the old gate used to lead to the orphanage. But it had burned down long ago, over 40 years ago. It's been locked ever since. You must have been frightened by the sight of them, so you had a nightmare, he suggested. I was ready to believe it was all just a dream. It was only when I got to the car that I saw the soot stains on the doors and the hood. And little handprints.